Now it's time to dig into fluency. Fluency is doing something easily and accurately. So after students have developed an initial understanding of decimals, it's important to do a lot of different activities where students can develop that fluency. What are some of the things that will be important for students in terms of fluency development for understanding decimals? Well, being able to represent decimals with different types of manipulatives and tools, being able to understand the relationship between decimals and fractions, and being able to plot decimals on a number line. So let's look at some different fluency activities. This first activity, called decimal roll and cover, this would be a partner game. This might be nice if you're doing something where students are working in centers. And so I've got a grid board here, and I'm going to try to color this as best that I can. But each partner is going to take turns rolling a fraction die, or maybe you have a decimal die. Those actually exist. And I'll pretend that I have a decimal die here. And then they're going to shade the amount on this grid here, okay? So let's say the first partner, they roll a die and they show 21 hundredths. So then on my grid here, and this is, I am coloring kind of like in space, so we'll see how well I do here. Oh my gosh, Sarah, you're doing a pretty good job today. Good work. Then I could go ahead and, well, I should have said, I gave myself a prop too early, didn't I? All right, well, that's pretty good. Yeah, we'll go with that. Then I would shade this as 21 hundredths, right? I'll go ahead and shade that in there like that, okay? Now let's imagine the next partner. They're going to work with a different color marker here. They roll that die and we'll do something kind of simple. 12 hundredths, all right? Or 1 and 2 hundredths. So then I think about, well, what does that look like if I shade? Now I want to be smart because I want to try to shade this whole thing. So here I have 9 hundredths and then I need 3 more. So maybe I go ahead and shade, kind of move across this way, all right, down here. Oof. You know, I'm doing this in some kind of weird space there, but that actually looks pretty good. Gosh, Sarah, very nice. And so now I'm going to shade that as 12 hundredths. And then I would keep going. Then the next partner would go, and our goal is to then shade this entire board here. You can do this with graph paper. It's also really easy to print this out. You could also print the grid board in permanent ink on a whiteboard, and then students can use dry erase markers and then just dry erase into that whiteboard. So that might be one activity you consider for helping students practice fluency with understanding decimals. All right, what's another way that we can practice fluency? Well, we can connect our decimals to money. Let me show you what I mean. So here we might ask students to find the value of a collection of coins. Here I have 4 dimes and 3 pennies. And then I could write that in its decimal form, which here it looks like 43 hundredths, but it is also 43 cents. And then I could ask students to represent this with base 10 blocks or place value discs. So there's a lot of different ways that we could explore using money to help students represent decimals. Another activity you might want to consider for fluency is decimal battleship. This is a partner game. Here, partners are going to draw a card. Well, one partner will draw a card, and then they will mark the position of that on an upper number line. And then the other partner will try to guess that partner's number. So maybe the partner says, is it 19 hundredths? And partner B would say, no, it's greater. And then partner A will track their guesses with their lower number line. And they keep going until one partner guesses the other partner's decimal. There is a technology-based version of Decimal Battleship that you can find here at brainpop.com. That might be something that your students might be interested in playing. Here's what it looks like. And so what I'd like you to now think about are what are some of the fluency activities that you might use to help your students develop that important fluency with decimals.